How y'all doing? We're here with Ginger Creations. You ready to go big? Let's go paint!
Let's start out by having a little conversation about these. These are 18 by 24 to 25 by 24 edge canvases. The ones in the middle are a different brand, actually. But anyway, they are large canvases that I bought when I first started setting up my painting space. And when I received them in the mail, because it wasn't a good time to be going out buying things, I found that I believed that their size was quite intimidating. And whenever I look at them, I tend to see something that I'm going to screw up. So I have never touched them, and I'm still kind of nervous to do so. So what am I going to do? I am going to paint the front of a 23 by 47 inch storage container. That's what I'm going to do. Oh yes, why? Because I am complicated. Now, I have done the calculations, and I have redone the calculations, thankfully, because I originally thought that I needed a half a gallon of paint for this, and I actually do not, because my calculations were based on 74 instead of 47. And my just-in-case brain, thank you very much, made me redo the numbers and decide that I only need about 40 ounces of paint. Sure, I went and got 16-ounce cups, and I don't actually need 16-ounce cups. The 9-ounce cups that I had on hand were fine. But we are happy about that because it's only $2 for 16-ounce cups. I am going to be painting all over my floor. It's going to be hard to walk around here. Be easy to get wet painted feet. This is a weird angle, but you are completely as high as you get on my tripod and as close to the edge of the table as I can come. 40 ounces of paint. These are 9-ounce cups. We have, what do we have? Decoart Sapphire. Decoart Peacock Pearl. Arteza Pearl Chartreuse. Chroma Molten Metals Copper. It actually took me a year to kill a bottle of copper. I am very impressed. Mont Black. And Mont White. Titanium White, actually. Now, what I'm trying to do is mimic something that turned out really well in a piece I call Desert Dusk. So, I am trying to mimic a desert landscape scene, and we've got sky, and we've got sand, and we've got the highlights and the lowlights, and that all works together in the layering. The blues, of course, will go at the top of the cup, and the sandier colors will go at the bottom of the cup, because then we pour top to bottom and it pours out sea and land. Or sea, sky and land. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I guess my brain isn't working so well. I want to start with a nice bit of bottom copper. We're going to start at the bottom with copper. Actually, I am going to put on some glovey gloves. There we go, gloves. I like to wear the gloves because I use a lot of the Minwax wood conditioner and I don't want to absorb it in my skin. But that's kind of silly because I do get it on my forearms. But you reduce what you can, right? We are starting with, I am trying to start with the sky. Oh my goodness, save me from myself. Let's start with sand, shall we? Start with the copper. Zappa copper. Right in the bottom there. Each and every one of these glasses. Going to put the chartreuse right on top of it. Good start. Now I'm going to do a little blast of the black very gently because black goes a very long way. Remember our little chocolate sauce analogy. A little bit goes a long, long way. And you just kind of want it to highlight everything. Going back for more copper. A little bit of white. Still just kind of drizzling. I can get away with using more of the white because it's not as takeoverable as the black is. Yes, that is the word I am choosing to invent right now. A little bit of white. Let's go back to the Chartreuse, shall we? And for some reason we're going to start from this side because I am overfilling this cup and probably underfilling that one. Copper, copper, copper. Smidge of the white. Drizzle on some black just to invite a little bit of gray to the party. Why not? Probably hop up on the Chartreuse. Bit more copper, a bit more black, and then we'll move into the blue. So far what I have found is you are able to use quite a lot of metallics as long as you include some quote-unquote opaques because they get a lot less opaque when they are mixed for pour painting. But the opaques in this case are of course, black and the white. It gives it something to play on, and it gets some interesting colors going on. Okay, on to the sky portion. I want Dark Sky by our dividing line. I like keeping the blues together and then stacking black and white on top of them. I'm going to start with the edge, really close, slow pour all the way down. And I'm not pouring slowly enough because I am halfway through. And I'm just barely starting to get the land. There we go. Hooray, it caught up with us. Each of these cups has to cover about 9 inches of this area. We'll just call it an area, shall we? Okay, I'm going to try to keep more of the blue up here. Ribbony pour. It's pretty. It's doing some interesting stuff. Pour a little faster, see if we can start getting the scenery to come in. Trying to pour close and slow. Stressing close and slow because high and fast mixes a whole ton, and I don't tend to like that look as well. Try to see if I can start tilting this a little bit. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh boy. Off that edge. Good, good. Off the top. And drag a little bit of the color more towards the top. Go, blue over the top. And then just straight down. Drag it this away. Okay, so I'm going to try to pour kind of this way. See if I can get it to work with me. Oh, that's interesting for a start. Just poured out with a bunch of lacing. My paws a little bit and see if I can roll it over that corner. That is not a corner, that is an edge. And again, pouring up, kind of along. Come to the rescue with a bit of copper that I am just going to rub down onto this area just to help that flow where I'm going to want it to go. Because half of painting like this is a strategy. I'm going to get a lot of sky. I'm just going to tilt this way a little bit. Oh, but look at those cells right there. That's a little bit of awesome. This ribbony style pouring, that I'm very much liking this ribbony thing going on. Hopefully I won't ditch too much of it trying to get the rest of this to look the way I want it to. I totally forgot that there's a runner board along this side. It is much easier to grab it from the side. Oh my goodness. See what the last bit pours out like. Pouring it across because I like that ribbony effect. Definitely going to want another cup that is just copper Chartreuse black and white. Okay, another roughly half a cup that is just copper Chartreuse black and white. And I'm going to pour it right in this area. See if I can pour blue into this area and get it to be more like sky and land instead of like land is way up in the sky. Okay, pouring it in through here. Up and along here. Get it to nicely cover up that area. So we're around 8 more ounces of the landy type colors. Where am I going to start with them? I'm going to come down this edge because I kind of made a mess of it. There's a lot of black in this cup. And let's just use some of this blue to repair where I stuck my hand. Up here, I'm just gonna probably flat out push that off. I would imagine. Lift it from this bottom edge and see if I can tilt more of the land upwards. Let's see, there's a hole in there that's easier to grab. So grab it. I think I need to put a bit of blue over this corner, because that just looks very out of place. The rest of it's coming in okay. That copper right up in that corner looks quite out of place. Right up along this edge. Just like that. And try to get more of the black into it, because there was black in the bottom of that. Lift it up. I'm trying to decide if the copper in this area is going to bother me, because the rest I'm pretty okay with. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to stare at me and say, hello, I am out of place copper. You know what? I think I'm okay with it. This sucker's so big I can barely get it in a frame. Oh boy, let's go in for a close-up. Start at the bottom. Just swirly whirlies. A little bit of lacing with that white. You're not focusing. Focus, damn it. Why aren't you focusing? This thing just doesn't like to focus when stuff is wet. I may just have to give you a tour when it's dry, because that'll work out better. But, I mean, take a look at this. It's huge. And I think it's fair to say it's not screwed up. Oh boy, was it heavy though. Check out that sky. Swirlies down here. Got some ribbons, some lacing. Hopefully I can give you a better look at it when it is dry and assembled. But there is the whole thing, all wet and wonderful. Stick around for the drier result. Let's hope the camera cooperates now because we are dry and low on batteries. Here we come. This is now called Beyond the Road, and it is going to make a lovely storage chest. Coming in for a close-up because my goodness, this is a big one. 4 feet of it. Just about right there. Look at that swirl. I love that swirl. But moving on. Lovely lacing. I love what white and copper does when it gets together and does the lacing. Here we go. This interestingness up in the skyward thing. Don't know what to call that, but we got all of this mixing here. Still more of the lacing. Darkened up more from drying. But it's got nice highlights and lowlights and all sorts of stuff. And at least you'll focus on it now, because this camera does not like to record a very large wet result. I like that little bit of copper just kind of up in the sky clouds thing, whatever, even though it should be fairly impossible to have land in your sky. That's an interesting swirl right there. And I am creating shadows. I like the layeredness of these draperies in there. This part over here is kind of my favorite altogether. It's got this white kind of interesting swoosh in it. It's got this place where I stuck my hand in it, but it doesn't actually look bad. And up into the last of the sky with a corner loop, as happens with these kind of paintings. But yes, this is my favorite quadrant. Right there. And this, brace yourself, we're gonna go over here. That's my favorite part. Yeah. It turned out really, really well for such a huge project. Kinda difficult to try to film, but it is upstairs and it is finished. Not decided if this is beyond the road or just beyond the road. But there it is. Got my little stencil up here. And kinda move around, you'll see me put a shadow because I've got my light up behind me. If you look over here, we got some other stencil stuff going on. Little dragonflies, so that's fun. Beyond the road. All completed. All 2 foot by 4 foot of it. Lovely, lovely. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.